good afternoon, good evening to my viewers from all over the world. I am so excited to have you join me on this episode of Diary of a Creative Mind, a space for limitless creativity. I remain your host, Stephanie Nkechi Ezedunukwe, and like I said, I'm thrilled to have you join me on this episode. Let's be honest. Climate is changing, inflation is rising, is a global concern, and right where I am right now is quite hot. How is it over there? How is it in UK? How is it in US, in Canada, in India, in Asia, Africa, all over the world? How is the weather? And generally, how are you? How are you navigating life with the rising cost of living, of things? And how is your family? How is your general well-being? Hope you're navigating and hope you're finding the time to spend quality time with your family, because at the end of life, what really matters is the time we spend with our family. For the heart of today's discussion, we're going to discuss something very profound and thought-provoking, and this lies on one question: why do you do what you do? I really don't want to use the word purpose because purpose sounds cliche and purpose looks like a word that is overused. So I really want to simplify it down for us. Why do you do what you do? Throughout our lives, we are going to take decisions. We are going to take actions, make decisions that are driven by certain factors, from our beliefs to our mindset to our circumstances. Whether you're a career person, whether you're happily married, whether you're raising a family, what was the motive behind the decisions you've made? Was it from pressure from the society? Was it because someone else was doing it? Was it based from your beliefs, from your mindset, from faith? Were you coerced or cajoled into it? Were you talked into it? Was it driven by factors which was based on survival, trying to get social recognition, trying to climb the corporate ladder, trying to make a difference in the world, a yearning for you to create something bigger? What was the motive behind the decisions you've made as a person? Before we make any decision, I would like to remind us that every decision has a ripple effect. It has a ripple effect to the fact that it doesn't only affect us, it affects those around us. Now, I recently read a book by Mike Murdock, a brilliant author, a very great book, The Law of Recognition. I recommend it to my viewers and listeners who love to read. And something sparked my interest in this really great book. And he says that the law of recognition states that everything we need is within us, waiting for us to recognize it. And it suggests that every decision we take has inside it a potential waiting for us to take actions that will bring out this potential. Now, linking this book to another great book I've read, The Purpose-Driven Life by Rick Warren, another great book which I suggest for my viewers and my listeners who are great readers like me. And this book by Rick Warren emphasizes the importance of asking ourselves certain questions before we make decisions and before we take actions. Now, when we understand the reasons why we do the things we do, it gives us clarity, it gives us purpose, it makes our journey easier, it makes our journey more predictable and less frustrating. Just imagine that you're taking a trip and you already know the way to the grocery store, you know the way to the market, you know the way to the cinema, you know the way to ShopRite, you know the way to where you are going to. It makes your journey more clear. It makes the steps you are going to take more clear, because you can't just jump into a car without a roadmap, without knowing where you are going to, hoping that you get your destination. It's going to lead to frustration. It's going to lead to a waste of time. Unfortunately, many of us make decisions based on our impulses, based on our emotions, based on societal pressure, based on the influence of others. Because this person is doing it, I want to do it, because I feel this is the best way for me. And then we go on and make decisions that we later regret in life. It's imperative and important for us to know that life is very short, and time is the most priceless gem in this world. And every decision we make, good or bad, has consequences. They affect those around us, and that is why deep reflection is important before we make decisions we want to make in life. To truly understand why we do what we do and the decisions we make, it's important that we are asking questions. And the first question is, before you make any decision, ask yourself this question: What emotions am I feeling right now? Knowing the emotions before you make any decision is the first step to understanding your underlying motivation. Excited? Do you feel entirely different from your normal state? How are you feeling right now? What emotions are you feeling right now? Second question is, what needs am I trying to fulfill? Are you trying to help someone? Are you looking for a sense of accomplishment? Are you looking to find approval from people? Are you feeling are you having imposter syndrome? When you understand the need you're trying to fulfill, it makes you know if the actions you're taking is going to actually fulfill that purpose, or if the actions you're taking is not going to fulfill that purpose. So the second question is, what needs am I trying to fulfill? The third question is, what are my long-term goals? This decision I'm making today, this career path I'm choosing, this man I'm waiting to get married to, this my business partner, is it going to align to my future goals? 5 years from now, 10 years from now, am I going to do I even know what I want to be in 5 years time? So it's really important that you ask yourself these thought questions. What are my long-term goals? This podcast I'm making 10 years from now, am I going to regret it? 5 years from now, am I going to change my mind and say I want to do something different? So these are the questions you should ask yourself for you to know the reason why and if you should make a decision. The fourth question is, what are the potential consequences of my actions? Do I think about others before I make this decision? Is it going to positively impact or affect the people around me? Knowing that you're surrounded by so many people, your decision you make, is it going to affect your family in a good way or in a bad way? And the fifth way is, would I do this if there are external consequences? Will I still be making my podcast if I don't have any viewers? Will I still be in this career path if I'm not getting any recognition? Will I still be here if there are no likes, if there are no shares, if there are no claps? Will I still stick to what I'm doing now? So these 5 questions provide a powerful framework for you to explore the reasons why you do the things you do. Just a recap. The first one is, what are the emotions you're feeling before you make that decision? Are you stressed? Are you angry? Are you sad? Are you excited? What are the emotions behind it? Knowing that emotions can cloud our judgment. The second one is, what am I trying to fulfill? What do I want to get as a result of this action or this decision I'm making? The third is, what are my long-term goals? 10 years from now, 5 years from now, am I going to get the action I'm making today? The fourth one is, what are the potential consequences of my actions? Is it going to positively or negatively affect my environment, my society, my family? And the fifth one is, would I still do this if there are no rewards? What are the external consequences? If there are no punishments, if there are no benefits, if there are no clap, no sharing, would I still do this? Now, these 5 questions, like I said, gives us a framework for us to explore the reasons why we do the things we do. Now, looking at this from different perspective, from the faith angle, I'm a Christian and apologetically so. And as Christians, it's important for us to seek guidance from God, the divine creator, because He alone has the blueprints for our lives. He said, before I bore you, I knew thee, I called thee, I already had a purpose for you. So instead of us doing different things and wondering if we're going to regret this in the future or not, or instead of us being pressured or coerced into making decisions, or instead of us being influenced by our friends to take actions or decisions that we don't know if it's our path or if it's going to align to the will of God, it's important that as Christians we ask God to direct our path, to tell us what to do, and for Him to purge our motives. Our intentions are also clear. So basically, understanding the motives behind every choice allows us to make decisions that will positively affect the lives of those around us, that will align our wills to God's will. Remember, the journey of self-discovery is continuous. It's long. It's not something that you can just wake up in the morning and then you have the blueprints on the manual. It's something that you have to take an intentional and a consistent effort in knowing why you make decisions you make. And I hope you, with these 5 questions, you can deeply reflect on why you make the decisions you've made, why you're watching me. When you know the reason why, it gives you more meaning. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode. episode. I really appreciate your thoughtful contribution. It means a lot to me. Please don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to leave a comment and your own thoughts in today's topic. And if you're interested in the books I named, The Purpose Driven Life by Rick Warren and The Law of Recognition by Mike Murdock, the link is in the comments below. I hope you read it and I hope you get clarity and it gives you the answers to the questions you need. Until next time, keep exploring, keep creating, keep acting and sticking to your unique why, because the world wants to hear your story.